Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to our celebration. Be our guest and I hope you like what we've prepared. I've planned a huge turkey and several sides. This is my first miniature Thanksgiving dinner. Recently, I made this table from paint sticks. I like it, but I want something nicer for this holiday meal. Now I need to get it all ready. My husband had a really cool idea for a table using the rest of my large stir sticks. Let's cut these down to the length I need. I want to make another topper for the table like the first one. I'm going to sand them down first. Now they're ready to put together. Gluing them together with wood glue is a messy job, but it's part of the process. I'm going to use white model magic and color it later. Fun, fun, fun. Let's make some food. If I take this and make a huge turkey out of it, it's going to take forever to dry and it may crack. So let's use a filler. Set that aside for a minute. Let's use aluminum foil. I'm starting off by cutting a piece to use for later. I'm just going to set that aside. Now I'm just going to ball it up. So I've shaped it, making it narrower in the front. I even put a crease right here. Then we have the back end a little bit wider. Now we can add some of this. I'm going to roll this up. I have my silicone mat there so I won't pick up anything else. Let's flatten this out as flat as we can. Now I want some on the bottom, so we're going to put this on here and start raising it up. I'm spreading it a little too thin, but that's all right. So now just to add some detail, I may want to add a little bit more because that's not a lot coverage. Good thing is it's easy to smooth out. Looks more like a skull than anything else right now. So let's work on that. I've shaped this as well as I can into the basic turkey shape. So we have the front up here and back here is where the legs, drumsticks will be. I'm going to let this dry, and while we're waiting, let's make some corn on the cob. You're going to think I'm nuts. We are going to try to make 3. I'm just going to shape them, and then we're going to let them dry for a little while. But I want to shape them first. So we're going to get that nice round in the middle, and then just a little bit tapered at the end. But make sure they're nice and straight. There's one, like so. May make a couple more, who knows? Let's try to make one more. Definitely want it chunky in the middle, and then tapered on the ends. There we go. I'm going to put this in a Ziploc bag so I can use this again later. I accidentally left these longer than I had thought I was. Let's see if I waited too long. No, don't think I did. Maybe. Not sure. Wasn't as dry as I thought it was. Good. There we go. Shape it up a little. Looks more like a corn dog at the moment. That's better. Now for the lines, if I don't mess it up, I'm going to use a sharp tool and just gently score it. And I'm pretty sure my fingers are getting in the way. I think it's still a little bit soft. Let's wait a little while longer. Now that we have the main butcher block glued together, let's go ahead and sand this edge at least flatter and sand this one a little bit better as well. This did not turn out as I had expected. I love this look, but where I shake, it's really hard to make these even. I debated leaving this entire thing out, but I just wanted to show you it does look really cute. Maybe I'll revisit this at some point. It's just become one huge headache. I do want to see it finished someday. I'm going to take some of the leftover air dry clay and let's make some turkey legs. I probably should have done this at the same time I did the turkey, but I didn't think about it. Not quite equal. Don't want to have a lopsided legged turkey. Now, let's try this again. With me, it's always a trial and error. More error. Alright, here we go. My nails are getting in the way. This worked really well last time. Only problem is this is such tiny working space. Getting better. Definitely gonna have to work on it. At least that gives you an idea. And then we need to divot the end. Do something similar to the top. That looks a little bit better. Kind of looks like an overgrown tooth, but that would have to be definitely against this side. So I'll work on these and you'll see how they turn out. Decided to make 2 chicken wings. I just rolled it out, whichever end ended up flatter or thinner, squished it, and then bent this back and bent that up. And there we are. 2 wings. Now you can't have turkey dinner without some rolls. We still have plenty from that 1 pack, so we can roll this out. Get just the right amount for each roll. I'm gonna make 4. I put 2 of the smaller pieces together. I'm creating a ball. I'm going to roll one end of it. Now bring that back up. Make the bulb on top for the roll that rose, and then one line to show where the 2 pieces of dough that were put together. And there you have the roll, and I have to smush it a little bit to get it to stand. Now for 2 more. Let's see if I can use this to texture this. It's working a little bit. Trying to get rid of some of those smush cracks, whatever you want to call them. Not sure how this is going to turn out. It looks pretty good, but this is my first time making a turkey. Yes, I'm taking you on this experiment with me. Hopefully it won't be a bust. If it is, I have the ham from last year to fall back on. And this will be brought out more when I put color on it. Alright, not too shabby. I have an idea to make a pan so it looks like you're pulling it out of the oven. We can use tinfoil. Basically, I am just going to... Do I want the dull side or do I want the shiny side? I'm going to use the shiny side. I'm going to just keep folding it until I get it to about the shape. A little bit bigger than the shape I want. Now that's a little off, so definitely making that on the inside. That looks like a good size. It's gonna be really big though. Let's start by folding over and then bringing up the sides to make the sides of the pan. Let's do the other side the same way. Now that I've got that, we can fold over the ends, make them nice. Now that it's thicker, it's a little harder to fold. This may or may not work. Alright, so there's the ends. Now to bring in the edges. Wrap that around that way. Both sides stay up. Like I said, this was an experiment. We'll see how it works. There we go. That looks better. Now we got the 2 sides left and we're good. I'm folding it over, this side in, and then bringing this side up. And there we are. Not perfect, but it'll work. I'm going to use this mini generic Jenga game from the Dollar Tree for the wood. In a perfect world, all of the pieces would be exactly the same. Where they were only $1.25 a set, there are no guarantees. I can hope though. Wood glue worked great with the paint sticks, so I'm using it again on these. When you're playing with glue, you get messy. And you get sticky. I was hoping they were more uniform, but I don't think they are. Might need to do a little sanding after this. And it's not too bad. It's just a little off right there. And I'll let it dry. I did find out something very cool. These are very easy to cut with a utility knife. Where it was a little off at the bottom, I was able to whittle it down quite easily. And that's saying a lot for me. Let's go ahead and we're going to add these. This is the bottom, so this is what's going to be on top. I'm going to have it facing down and add these at the ends. And I have to say, this wood glue is awesome. Before I go too much farther, let's just make sure this fits. Barely, but it does. Yes! And it doesn't come off. So now I'm going to fill in all these gaps. I am using this, and to be honest, for this, I don't like it. The only thing I do love is the easy water cleanup. It does not smell good at all. You need a definite ventilated area. So I am just going to fill in these cracks. I do like about it, it's stainable. Not bad. Have just a couple spots left and we're done. If you're enjoying this video, show it some love and give a like. Don't forget to subscribe to keep in the loop. I've heard of this craft in life-size form, so I thought I would try it in miniature. I took a piece of wire, used this chopstick to make loops, which was not as easy as it sounds. I have a couple more to see if I can make more. On my protected surface, I'm going to make one bead of glue, and hopefully it'll be big enough. In each of the circles, I'm going to get it covered in the wood glue and then let this dry. We are going to paint a second coat on these and wait for them to dry. We're going to attempt to make the kernels on our corn. Let's see if we can do it. I just hope this doesn't ruin it. It's looking better than I thought it would. So I'm going to keep that up with the rest of them. They've turned out pretty good. Let's give them some color. I have red, a shimmery, silvery color, and a really pretty bluish green. And then I have some Miracle Nail to put on top. Let's see what they're going to look like. This is a nice, pretty red. And I do have a protective surface. Okay. I may do another coat, I'm not sure yet. These are really cute. I think they're turning out well. And then we just have our final one. This is my favorite color out of the three. Not sure how that's going to turn out, but we'll see. Let's make some cranberry sauce. I'm going to use a hot glue stick. Let's take the X-Acto knife out here and cut it. I'm not so sure about this. Let's try it anyway. Maybe we can mix it with something else. Do one drop of it. We're going to mix a little bit of the Mod Podge in there. And we have goldenrod as well. I'm going to add just a drop of that so that it'll lighten it up just a bit. Go ahead and mix. Let's see how that looks. I'm wanting the darker color for the base. And then I can add highlights. And then I'm just going to stick it in here to dry. Now for these two. I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful. I don't want to paint the sticks. Get that done around each end. Then I'll be home free. Now I can just fill it in. Yes. Didn't do too bad. I'm happy. And this one. I'll let you know how it turns out. This is actually one you don't mind if it cracks. Makes it more realistic. While the corn is drying, let's work on the bird. I'm going to go ahead and take this same base and I'm going to mix it with the dark pumpkin flavor, pumpkin color. This is going to be just the base coat for the bird. Now it does have the Mod Podge in it, so this should seal it as well. Okay, see you on the flip side of the bird. Alright, the base layer is done. Let's set that aside. You can't have a Thanksgiving party without some rolls. These have dried. I'm going to set them on here, so hopefully I can paint them without any problems. I'm thinking eggnog. Eggnog with Mod Podge. That'll give it the wheat color, hopefully, so we can seal it. Oh yeah, that looks good. Very cool. We've worked on these a little bit. We're going to let those dry. We have some more turkey parts to color. Let's put these on these to make it easier to paint. Now these wings are going to be really weird. I'm not sure how they're going to turn out. Alright, let's try it. Okay. Only problem with having them on this, it wants to turn. Let's do a leg now. Then you can catch up with me when I'm closer to the end. I'm hoping that'll give it texture. Have to admit, putting it on the pen definitely helps a lot. Hopefully it'll look cooked when I'm done. I'm thinking my finger is the best option. Yay, I'm finger painting with the turkey. Just have to wait and see. Okay, that doesn't look bad. That actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to. With this one, I'm going to try something. I am going to cut it in the middle, right where that one crease is. That actually might work. So I'm going to cut off the other end. We're going to do the same thing for this one. So now we have two small corn on the cobs. Actually, we're going to start with the yellow around the outside. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. And do the same thing on this end. And if I get extra, it's alright because I always add a drop of white in the middle. I think that's the best looking one yet. Very cool. I made this one with just the wire from the twist tie. I have to see how this looks. The table still needs a little something. I found this vase, so let's put the flowers we made in it. We have the red, the blue-ish, and the pink and a light blue. We have a bouquet of flowers. These two fit perfectly in it, but these two are a little on the short side. So we'll go with these two for now. I think they turned out great. So here's how everything turned out. Here's our turkey. Looks like I got it a little bit overdone. I took some of the paint that I colored the turkey with and put it in a Make It Mini resin lid as a gravy bowl. Here is our cranberry sauce, corn on the cob of course, and rolls. I think it turned out pretty well. Now we still have a little bit of room on the table, so let's add the candied yams from last year that I made for Christmas and the mashed potatoes from last year for Christmas. I even still have the two individual servings. For dessert, we have this, which I made in a previous video, and I'll put it in the description below. And then last year at Christmas, I also made potato candy, so we can put that on here as well. I found a new use for the flower that didn't fit. We can put it in our hair. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a blast making it. I'm thankful for you. I'm so glad you could be our special guest today. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and until next time, toodaloo!